Right. So apparently, I was right when I thought that Charles Oliveira was not lying, just by the fact of how he swore on his daughter's life that he wasn't lying. I believed him, his demeanor, and I'm happy to see that apparently he wasn't lying because sometimes somebody says somebody says something so convincingly that you like just wish that's not a lie, so that you don't have like bigger trust issues with humanity. So is one of those. This guy right here is in the UFC hotel where in the hotel where all the fighters are staying in the UFC. And so this happened 99 minutes ago. So this guy's called Jesse on Fire. It's like an MMA reporter or something. I'm not too familiar with him. But anyway, I'm going to play his story about how he met a guy on the elevator in this UFC hotel who was the guy that was actually with Charles Oliveira while he was going through the different weights, because you go to two weights and then you go to the main weight. Anyway, I'm going to play it out. So it seems that there was truth to Charles Oliveira's claims, and I just wanted to hear this guy's story.
Half pound over, but I'll tell you guys, Gabrielle and I, like, literally right when we got here, so we didn't even know that we were staying in the hotel where they were doing the weigh-ins, but we were. And so right when we checked in, we got into the elevator, and we were on our way up, and the weigh-ins were on the second floor, and someone got in on the second floor, and Jay Chapman, thank you so much, man. You'll come again, dude. We're gonna have a blast tonight, though. But a UFC staffer came on, like full UFC regalia, and we had just seen that Charles had missed weight officially. Like, it was like the second of the first one came out as like, oh, he's over by a half a pound. He's got an hour to work it off. Everyone assumed he'd be able to work off a half a pound. And this was after the second announcement. So it just happened. And we were getting on the elevator, and he came on, and we were like, and I was like, man, I'm like, Oliveira missed weight? And he was like, and he looked at us just like, he's all, and we were like, what's up? And he's like, I don't know, man. He's like, something up, like, he's like, it's something fishy. And we're like, fishy how? And he was the guy that had accompanied Oliveira in between first weigh-in and second weigh-in. So, they send one of the staffers apparently with him to like chaperone him during that hour while he goes to like work off the extra weight. And this is the guy, like, this was the dude. And he was like, he weighed in at this, and then he weighs exactly the same. An hour later, he's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know. So, like, I mean, that's as close to this weigh-in as you could possibly get. Like the fucking dude who is chaperoning Oliveira in between the two weigh-ins is like, there's something wrong, dude. And then, and I mean, we didn't even know. Like, I actually found out, I think, like, kind of like early this morning, about all the other fighters that weighed in a half pound over, like 20, 22 or whatever. I saw that on MMA Guru's channel, like 20 to 22 people. But yeah, like, dude, if that many people are saying it, there has to be something to it. Here's the other thing too. So two things. So number one, I did like, so there's, obviously there seems to be a problem with the scale, because what these fighters are all saying is that like they would weigh themselves like on the other scale, because there's more than one scale. Like, you don't just weigh, like, it's not like there's like one scale in the building. They have other scales, and they're saying there's like discrepancy between the scales apparently. And I did a video on Instagram about this last night, and I was talking about like what's going to happen with Charles Oliveira in terms of his contract. And then I talked to Anthony Smith afterwards, and he explained how this actually works. I was wrong in my Instagram story. I'm sorry, the Instagram video, because what I assumed, because they said he's stripped, right? Like, they said he's stripped. And Mike Morrison, bro, thank you so much, man. That is incredibly generous. Thank you very much. I will dedicate this next portion to you. Thank you. So anyway, so I assumed that then going into this fight, he's going to be fighting under his contract where he's not the champion because yeah. If you're not the champion, if you're just fighting a random guy, right? You get 100, like let's say 100,000 to show, 100,000 to win, right? Then you get a little bit of money like for the crypto and all that.
Anyway, he just says that he's basically gonna have the same contract. He's gonna get paid the same, I think, except the UFC. I don't know. You can watch this video, right? But anyway, that's the idea. That's the main thing. This guy meets a guy in the elevator that was the guy that walked with Charles Oliveira, he himself says something's fucked up. I mean, the only thing that it would be a stretch to think that, like, I'm seeing this guy talk. I don't think he would make up this story like the way he's talking. Like, there's no reason why he would make up this story, you know. And the other guy also has no reason to make up that story. Like, it's too much. It's like being too skeptical, in my opinion. Like, why would they do that? Like, what the fuck? So I believe him, and I believe that he's really did meet that guy. And in that case, you know, what's going to happen? I mean, Dana White, for sure, by now, if there was a miscalculation with the scale, like, he already knows it by now. Like, he probably investigated. Like, if we're hearing about this, definitely he already heard about this. So then that means that he's either gonna pretend that it didn't happen and just go along so they don't look so bad that they have like faulty scales, or he's gonna come out and make like a public announcement and say like, actually, you know, the scale was wrong, blah blah blah, and because a lot of fighters were half a pound over the you know, if they have to be 155 or 155.5, but all the champions except Oliveira did make 155. But the question is, do they always, because the champions don't have the leeway of being able to go up a little bit above 155. So do all the champions go a little bit underweight anyways, just to be 100% sure that they're not going to be like a few grams overweight or whatever? Or what the hell? Because a lot of fighters are saying that this happened. So, I mean, but all the champions did make weight, but the champions don't have the luxury to go half a pound overweight. But yeah, there's a list of like all the people that of like all the fighters, and like there's like a ton of them that have like that are half a pound over what they needed to be, like exactly half a pound over. So I mean, it's an interesting story. I mean, a little drama, a little, you know, what's gonna happen, blah blah blah. You know, we all love like these little mysteries, like all these little informations that come up, what's gonna happen. But I mean, I'm by now with what I thought initially. Now with all this evidence, with all the fighters being half a pound over, now with this guy meeting the guy that was with Oliveira, that was chaperoning him from one to the other, one with claiming that there was some fucked up shit, like that. There's definitely a very high chance that there was something wrong with the weight scale. I mean, probably by this point, like 100% probable. Like, I think it would be extremely improbable, all these things happening, and there being nothing to it, right? So anyway, what is the UFC gonna do? Are they gonna accept it? Are they gonna just pretend it didn't happen? Like, all this stuff is gonna add to the story of this fight. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see this actually tonight. But anyway, just a little update.